Hey guys, it's me. Sorry I have been absent again. I am going to be filming several videos in the next few days and posting them throughout. My sister just got married this weekend. There's been a lot of family here, a lot of crazy busy times, but I am going to be doing a few videos, and like I said, I'm posting them, so hopefully that will satisfy you. And I'm excited about one of the videos I'm going to be posting soon, so be looking forward to that. This is going to be a review video. I'm going to do 2 reviews on 2 books that I've read recently. One I thought was okay and one I absolutely loved. So let's get started. The first one is Defiance by CJ Redwine. This is one that I was really looking forward to. I absolutely love the cover. I don't know if you can see like the sheen of it. I just think it's gorgeous. It's something that I thought was going to be really amazing. I probably had too high of an expectation for it, but at the same time I still think how I felt about it is pretty justified for me. Some people might read it and absolutely love it, but this is about a girl who, it starts off in the beginning of the book, and her dad is, some people are claiming he's dead. They've pronounced him dead, but she doesn't believe it. She still thinks he is alive, and because of her dad not being there, they have to go before the government and figure out who is going to be her protector. And her protector, that's something that she has to have because she's still under 18. And once she turns 18, they do a ceremony where she can be asked for marriage, and her protector is the one who gets to decide who marries her, but she isn't old enough yet to go through that ceremony. So she thinks that pretty much the guy she's grown up with, thinking of him as her grandfather, someone that her dad loved, he's older, and someone that she's always kind of viewed in that protector sense anyway. She thought that he would be the one who would be picked for to be her protector. But of course, that is not how it goes. Logan is someone who she pronounced her love to 2 years before, and he said he didn't love her back, and so she has kind of taught herself to despise him ever since. And she just doesn't really like being around him and everything. And of course, he is the one who her dad wanted to be her protector, and he's only, I think, a year older than her. Maybe it's 2 years, but he's like pretty similar in age, and so that's not something that's heard of. Normally it is someone older and someone that is more experienced, I guess. And so it's kind of where the plot takes off. She hates it, doesn't want to be in his protection at all. The commander is kind of a bad guy, and he is the one who enforces it and thinks it's funny because he hates Logan and Logan hates him because of certain reasons that you learn. And she ends up having to be in his protection, like I said, and she wants to leave and find her dad. She wants to leave the comfort of the town that she's in and go over the wall and find her dad. And so she tries to do this without Logan and gets caught, and then she gets caught by the commander and is forced to help the commander, and Logan as well has to help him as well. And they have to go on this mission to find this package that her dad had. Okay. That her dad had, and she has to get it for the commander. It's something that her dad didn't want the commander to have. They still don't know exactly what it is, but she's the only one that can find it. So they end up having to go over the wall. Logan ends up not coming because of circumstances. And this book's kind of hard to summarize because the plot keeps changing and things keep happening, and you don't want to give everything away when you review a book or summarize it. But anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. She ends up having to go search for this package, and she still is looking for her dad while she's over there. And there are people who are trying to fight her and find her, and then there is this scary dragon that is the cursed one that is also on the other side of the wall that randomly shows up and tries to hurt her. And so she is a fighter. She is someone who her dad taught her very early on how to fight. She's a very strong woman. But now into why I didn't really like it. The writing style was kind of weird. It wasn't necessarily the writing style itself, but the pacing. The pacing of this book was strange, because a lot of the times YA, it's not necessarily fast-paced, but at least the plot moves. And I felt like you heard a lot about what they were going to do, but it didn't happen for many pages on. And I just felt like it was kind of slow and it didn't end where I wanted it to end. I felt like it could have gotten a lot further along if it would have tried. I just felt like this book wasn't what I was expecting. The pacing was weird. The main character was kind of whiny. Like, I understand, like, she was a strong character, but she also still had that whiny characteristic where I know she's looking for her dad, and I know that's really hard when no one else believes besides one other person that your dad is still alive. But I don't know, I just really didn't enjoy it. It was mainly the pacing. I felt like it could have gotten a lot further, and I just didn't really enjoy it. Honestly, I probably won't read the sequel. It didn't really make me want to read the sequel with the ending and everything like that. So I gave this book 3 stars, I believe, on Goodreads. If you saw my Goodreads post, if you follow me on Goodreads, you'll see that I wrote a little review about how I was disappointed about it as well. But pick it up if you still think this sounds interesting to you. It wasn't the worst book I've ever read by any means. It just wasn't what I was looking for or hoping it would be. Okay, so this next book is the one that I really enjoyed. It's called Slammed by Colleen Hoover, and this is one of those books that was originally an e-reader book only and was then published later to become in book form. It was released in paperback. The sequel was also released at the same time. But Slammed is about this girl who, her dad died 6 months before, and she is moving to Michigan, where her mom grew up, because her mom can't afford the house and the ranch that they live on in Texas anymore with the passing of her dad's death. The passing of her dad. And it's just it's a contemporary novel. It's actually a fiction, or it was in the fiction section, not YA, but the main girl is 18, so it is still, in my opinion, great for young adults. I absolutely adored this book. But so she moves to Michigan and has just been kind of going through the motions for the past 6 months, kind of trying to focus on her little brother. And when they move there, she automatically meets the neighbors across the street, and of course it's this handsome boy, and he has a younger brother as well. It's the same age as her little brother, and they automatically hit it off. And so then she meets this guy, and they automatically hit it off as well, and they go on a date. And then he takes her to this club that closes down and becomes a poetry session on Thursday nights, and that's their first date. He takes her there, and it's called slamming. I think this is a real thing. I've never heard of it before, but what it is where you stand up and you recite a poem that you've written about something very real, raw, and emotional, and you connect with the people in the club, and there are people every Thursday that are the judges. And so he takes her there, and she convinces him to do one, and he does, and what he says is like really emotional and raw and true to like how he feels, and it affects her because she's still dealing with things. And it's just, I am not a huge poetry fan, so it's not that I hate it, I just have never really, I guess, read anything that like really affected me. But I really enjoyed the poetry in this book. It's not a huge part, I mean it's a part of it because it's called Slammed, but it's not like the main part of the book by any means, but it's really good. But then something kind of bad happens. Her and Will kind of get separated. They have to be separated because of what happens. And so then the rest of the book is so emotional and so real. Lakin is the main character's name. They call her Lake. And she is just a very real character to me. I just felt like the way she reacted to everything and everything that happens to her in this book, and I don't know, I just felt like this book was exactly what I needed. It just is so raw and real, and I just loved it. The characters are great. The writing style is great. The poems are really strong and effective. And I just really enjoyed this book. I Can't say enough good things about it, to be honest. But I haven't read the sequel yet. I've kind of been putting it off because of the third one. I think she's writing a third one, but it hasn't been released yet. And I actually think the second one's in his point of view, in Will's point of view. I don't know that for sure, but I read the first page and I'm pretty positive it was in his point of view, which is not at all in this book. It's all Laken's. So I think that would be really interesting. But I really recommend this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's one of my new favorites. So let me know if you've read it and what you thought, and if you're going to read it, please let me know after you finish. But so that's Slammed by Colleen Hoover. And then the book that I'm currently reading right now is Born at Midnight by CC Hunter. I wanted something with the paranormal twist, a little bit of romance, and self-identity. So this is the perfect book for that. I am pretty close to being done. I don't know if you can see, but I probably have a little less than 100 pages left. So after this video, I'm going to go try to finish it, and hopefully it stays as strong as it has been. It took me a little while to start liking the main character, but or like loving her, I guess, but I really enjoy this series so far now. So like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be posting a few videos in the next few days. I am going to be doing one about movies. I want to know kind of how you guys feel about that. I hope you like it. The background's going to be different, but one thing that's always been a passion of mine, as well as books, has always been movies and TV, but I'm mostly going to be talking about movies. But let me know what you guys think. If after I posted the video, I really want feedback if you can. And it's just going to be kind of an intro video, kind of like my first one for the books was, where I'm just kind of tell you a little bit about what I like and why I like them and everything. But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy these 2 reviews, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!